We're live in Kingdom Hearts Academy Facebook group. My audio's working. So we're gonna be going over today. Well, sorry for not doing it on the time. We usually do it because I have parents coming into town, so I have to pick them up at the airport tomorrow. But today we're gonna be going over lead generation, how to get leads in every day, free ways and paid ways. So we're gonna get into that. And today's training, you should actually never run out of leads ever. So that's what we're gonna get into. You should never be at that point where I don't know what to do. I don't have leads to call. You always are gonna have leads to call, and you always know what to do after this training. So need help, support, reach out to my email, phone number, call, text, email. If you need any help or support, we're here to help you, here to serve you. So we're gonna get into lead generation. So of course, first and foremost, pick a market. You can't be in every market around the United States. You have to pick one market, one area, maybe one zip code to start at, maybe one village or one city. If it's a big city, start in zip codes or neighborhoods. So we're gonna get into free ways and then the paid ways, right? So free ways, networking. Go to all the networking meetings. Go to meetup.com. Go to just type in real estate investing meeting. And this is how I started. How everything got started for me was at meetup groups. Just started going to finding every meetup group I can possibly find in the area and then going to the group. So if I type in, if you're in Chicago, or you maybe want to go to start in a zip code. And then type in real estate investing investors, right? And meetups, and this is where, you see a bunch of them here. There's probably like Chicago, there's probably like 100 of them going on, like maybe 30, 40 every month, right? So you see all these meetings. So yeah, see if you can go in person, maybe, Zoom, if they have a Zoom as well, maybe you can do that as well. But go to these meetups. Yeah, you can learn a lot. There's a lot of probably good information, good learning you can learn, but your main objective is networking, meeting people, creating relationships, seeing how you can help. You're going to meet a lot of investors, right? So these are people you add to your buyers list. You're going to meet a lot of people that maybe are landlords, want to sell their buildings. So you're going to meet people that maybe are sellers. You're going to meet people, you got to think of all the different strategies. Like there's landlords there, so you could potentially get rent to owns or Airbnb deals. There's flippers there, so these are people that maybe need maybe they so flippers could be sellers, right? Like they flippers become motivated sellers sometimes. They buy a property, they decide they don't want to rehab it, so they just sell it, right? So these are people that could become sellers, and I have tons of flippers that they buy houses and they decide I don't want to rehab it. They just want to wholesale it. So they just try to sell it as is. They send it to me and then we sell it for them. So this could be a lot of people in these meetup groups. There's going to be a repeat business over and over and over again, right? Like a lot of our sellers that we sold a deal for end up turning around becoming buyers as well for a deal. So it's like vice versa, right? So go to networking meetings, go to meetup.com, type in real estate investor, find out all the meetings in your area. And this is something, the next thing is something most people don't do, and I haven't done it in a while, but when I started, I did. So contact everyone, open your cell phone right now and go to your contacts and go and start contacting everyone in your contacts and let them know what you do now. Like, if you never told everyone what you do, now is the best time to do that. Let everyone know that, hey, I'm a real estate investor. We're looking to buy properties to flip. Do you have anything you're looking to sell yourself or know anybody? And you're gonna contact everyone in your contact list. Send them a text, send them a call them, leave them a voice message. And what's good is that you're gonna get, reacquainted with people you haven't talked to in a while. And at the same time, you're gonna get people that have deals or have something to sell, right? And the best thing is that everyone who knows you, everyone in your circle of influence now knows what you do. And you should do this at least once a year, I would say. Like once a year, you're contacting every single buddy you know and letting them know what you do. Some people may do it once a month or once every 3 months or 6 months. And yeah, you're contacting them. If you work with us, you have access to funding to do rehabs and fix and flips. So, you say, hey, yeah, we are buying the property. We are the buyers. If we get at the right price, we become the buyers and we can rehab it, flip it, put it back on the market, right? So with us as a partner, you can approach everyone that you know. You can approach, go to networking meetings as you are representing yourself as the buyer if you're, going to partner with us and you do have the funds to actually close on these deals, right? For sale by owner, Zillow, Facebook, Craigslist is great. For sale by owner, people already raising their hand saying they want an offer. So you get a high response rate. People that say, yes, I want an offer. I would say out of every five people or so you contact for sale by owner, that are Zillow, Facebook, Craigslist, you're probably one of them would say, yeah, it's available and I want an offer, right? So for sale by owner, uh, Zillow, Facebook, Craigslist for rent, same websites, Zillow for rent, Facebook for rent, Craigslist for rent. These are free. All these, pretty much everything I've gone over so far, these are all free ways to get leads. And of course, you don't want to contact everybody all on Zillow because there's too many leads in Facebook and Craigslist, but you want to stick to your market, right? Anytime there's a lead that pops up in your market on for sale by owner for rent, they should get a call from you with an offer, right? Anytime any new lead pops up, they should get a call from you with an offer, right? And distress lists. So there's a free way, which is PropWire, and then the paid way, which is XLeads. So free propwire.com, paid X leads, non-distress lists like absence, like distress leads mean pre-foreclosure, probate, tax delinquent, vacant properties. So there's some sort of distress there where they need to sell. Whereas non-distress is more like absentee owner, free and clear properties, tired landlords, senior owners. So really there's no distress there. Whereas someone that hasn't paid their taxes is in tax delinquency, there's distress, right? So you're going to get a higher response rate. So free PropWire, paid X leads, right? So propwire.com is free. You can get as many lists as you want downloaded, which I think is awesome. I think I have to log in. So PropWire is free. So how I like to strategize is I'm gonna pick a zip code, an area. If it's a small suburb or village that you're targeting, just target that whole area. If it's a big city like Chicago, I would target zip codes or neighborhoods. So here I'm in 60641, right? And I'm in PropWire, and you see I'm gonna start with pre-foreclosures, probates. I'm gonna go to tax delinquencies, uh vacant homes. Oh, they don't have tax delinquency on here anymore. I'm gonna show you how to get that in a second. Vacant homes. So I would select, these are probably the most distressed ones. And then to get the tax delinquent list, you're gonna go to more um filters, owner filter, and then tax delinquent year. I might go to 2021 to this year, 2025. Then I'm gonna hit save and close. Well, let me remove everything I selected here first. Yeah, if you're gonna do tax delinquent, you gotta do it on its own. Like there's no lead type selected, and you just do tax delinquent owner filter, go back maybe 3 or 4 years, and then boom, I have 639 people that haven't paid their taxes in the zip code. So of course this is the probably one of the most distressed lists in this zip code, and I would contact these guys first, right? So once you go to non-distress lists like the absentee owner, you're gonna get. I'm gonna reset the filters, but you'll see absentee owner. I got 3,400. Now, if I start selecting all the non-distressed lists like empty nester, free and clear, high equity. Um, you're gonna get a lot more leads. I'm not sure why it's getting zero. I think it's setting. So what happened here? Maybe we gotta do maybe you gotta do one at a time now. Yeah, you see free and clear. So I think when you select both, it's gonna say it needs to match both. Free and clear is 5,800. High equity, there's 9,340. So these are the non-distressed lists. Out-of-state owners, non-distressed. Right, so there's 367 there. I would say vacant homes, probate, pre-foreclosure, tax delinquent are the top distressed lists, right? And the way to get uh tax delinquent again, you gotta go to the filters and PropWire. And then X leads, paid service is like 97 bucks a month or I think 600 a year. You just go to property leads, do the same thing, zip code, and it's the same. Same here, same type of leads, pre-foreclosure. And if I turn this off, match all selected, it's just gonna select everyone. If you do selected, it has to match both that you select or, all that you select. So if I turn that off, you're gonna see all of them. So there's 273 distress lists leads in this one zip code. And of course, I can just download this in here and have all the phone numbers ready. And the reason we use XLeads is because they're already skip traced. They got phone numbers and emails, right? So PropWire, you got to do that on your own. You got to do True People Search, right? So same thing. And how I do kind of strategize my marketing strategy, my lead generation strategy is I start at this zip code. And then once I hit every single lead in this zip code, maybe I want to, sometimes people don't want to hit the non-distress list because they're going to be a lot lower response rates. So sometimes after hitting all the for sale by owner, for rent, distress leads, then they move on to the next zip code. But you can move on to less distressed lists, like the absentee owner list, the high equity free and clear list, the board investor list. Long-term owner, these are people that are older that have owned a property a long time. And then you'll see a lot more leads. You see that 9,000. So these are 9,000 people that may not, have no motivation to sell, or some of them may have motivation to sell. So it's up to you if you want to hit these 9,000 people or you want to hit, the next zip code with the more distressed list, right? So that's kind of how I would strategize my marketing strategy. And then doing it this way, you have a plan, right? And yeah, hey, once I hit all the leads in this area, I'm gonna move right here to the next zip code over, whatever zip code that is. And then once I'm finished with this zip code, I'm gonna move north a little bit up here. I'm gonna hit this zip code, and then eventually you're branching out, right? So eventually you'll have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 zip codes that you're hitting, but I would have them stick all around in the same area so that you're branding yourself, right? Because I always say this a lot, but in the beginning it sucks. You got to do everything your own, but once everyone knows you in the area and everyone knows what you do and who you are, people will start sending you deals in your inbox, and you don't have to go chasing deals anymore, like cold calling, texting. You don't have to do that anymore because you people know you, right? And everyone knows who you are, and you've done a ton of marketing, and you're well branded, and all of a sudden you get deals in your inbox when you wake up because you've put in the work, right? You put in the time and you branded yourself well in that area. Call leads for free. You're going to use Google Voice or X Leads. So X Leads has Go High Level, or they call it Ninja Mode, attached to it. That's why it's kind of like having Deal Machine and REI Reply at the same time, which is two systems we used to use, but now we have, this one all together. So the paid way, you upload the list of 100 or 1,000 leads, and you start a campaign, and it's going to call 200 leads a day for you, so you don't have to call 200 a day. And it's going to text them, call them for you, leave them messages. Or the free way is you're going to be inside a Google Voice, calling one by one, texting one by one. And of course, that's going to take longer. Could you close deals? Of course, yes. If you're calling people, texting people every day, you can definitely close deals. The one thing is, if you're not calling and texting sellers every day, you're not going to close any deals, right? So the paid way, X Leads, free way, Google Voice, and when I started, all I had was direct mail. So you guys are way ahead of me when I started. Texting, same thing. Google Voice is free, paid, X Leads, and if you're doing texting, use AI. Use AI. What I mean by that is get messages like this Gemini.google.com is Google's AI platform. So it's free. Log in here and use it. I use it for everything. Like, hey, you create this recipe for, or what's the best restaurant Mexican restaurant in this area, right? So I mean, I use it for business, for personal life, for everything. So we're doing a text messaging campaign. So hey, can you send me 10 different messages to send to homeowners? We are investors looking to buy properties, right? So it's going to give me 10 that I can simply copy and paste here. And you should always, if you're doing this manually, you definitely want to change the message every time. Change the message, copy paste, of course, read it, make sure it makes sense, and then send it. So use the AI for that. And you can use this for finding the right, if you're having trouble, picking a market, you can ask it, hey, what is the best, what zip codes or areas are most investors buying properties in Cook County, Illinois, or whatever county or city you're in. And if you're having a hard time, picking a market and where to target, you can see here it came up with Uptown, Rogers Park, Auburn, Gresham, Morgan Park. So it's got 1, 2, 3, 4 different neighborhoods, suburban neighborhoods. You got Palatine, Barrington. So it's telling you like where probably the most investors are buying properties, right? So in a second you can, if you're having trouble picking a market, use the AI here, okay? Gemini.google.com. Other page strategies that work, bandit signs, dirtcheapsigns.com. You can get bandit signs for pretty cheap. Direct mail, the cheapest one, Xlease has direct mail, but it's too expensive. You probably got to pay like $1 per letter or postcard. YellowletterHQ.com is like 40 cents to 50 cents a postcard, which is the cheapest one by far. So if you're going to do direct mail or bandit signs, go to dirtcheapsigns.com or yellowletterhq.com if you want page strategies that work for getting leads coming in, okay? So this is the strategy, like pick a market and then follow these steps here. Okay, I'm going to go to all the meetings in my area. I'm going to start networking, building my buyers list, building my landlord list, maybe meeting agents, meeting lenders, meeting a lot of people, right? And the key is, let them know, everyone know what you do. Hey, we're looking to buy properties, fix and flip them. We're looking to, we also wholesale. We have a lot of investors. We also, if you're an agent, of course, you can get listings out of it. We're also, if you're looking to do Airbnb management deals, we also help people, manage Airbnbs. If you have a landlords there looking to rent properties out, hey, you open to doing rent to own on your property. So lots of opportunities at networking meetings. And the second thing, contact everyone you know. Everyone should know what you do, especially if you're all in on this business. Everyone in your social media should know what you do. You should be posting about what you do, Facebook, Instagram. whatever you got, TikTok or this or that. But everyone in your contacts, hopefully you call them, text them, email them. Everyone in your phone book, start telling them what you do. Tell everyone what you do. Hey, I just got hooked up with this. If you're a partner with us, you just, hey, I just got hooked up with this hedge fund buying tons of properties. They're probably buying like a deal every single day. And we got unlimited funds to close deals. They partner with us. Do you have anything? We're looking to buy properties, right? Uh, and free leads for sale, for rent. If you're not contacting for sale by owner for rent, these are people already raising their hand saying, hey, I want to sell. Give me an offer. So these are the easiest leads that will respond. For rent, maybe they don't want an offer, but maybe they'll do like a rent to own. Maybe you'll run into someone that wants to do Airbnb, and you're gonna run into landlords, right? These are also people that are going to be buyers, so you can put them on your buyers list. And who knows, you might run into a landlord that has like 100 units and he wants to Airbnb 30 units with you, right? So, or he wants to do rent to own with 20 units with you, right? So, you never know who you're going to contact, right? And that's the mindset you want going into this is like every call, every text, every person I get on the phone, this could be one relationship that changes my business, right? Or changes everything for me, right? Because maybe you meet that one investor that has hundreds of properties and they become your seller. They want to sell 20, 30 deals with you, right? Or the opposite. Maybe they become the buyer and they buy 20, 30 deals from you. Or maybe you meet that one person that has millions and millions of dollars in cash and he's looking to get a return on his money, and maybe you raise millions of dollars to flip properties, right? So look at relationships, right? That's most important is every call, every text, every email when you're calling cold calling these leads on X leads and PropWire, have the mindset the same thing, man. This one call, this one text, this one email could be the thing that changes my business, right? Or it could be, if looking for your first deal, it could be your first deal, right? So, doing this strategy, what we showed you here today, pick a market, pick an area, and then once you contacted every single distress list, move to the next zip code. You're never gonna run out of leads because, like I showed you, one zip code could have like 10,000 people to call. And then you're going into 5, 7, 8, 9, 10 different zip codes, and all of a sudden you got like, 300,000 people to call, right? So, um, you're never going to run out of leads doing it this way. You always have unlimited leads to call. And what's very important as well is to make sure that every single new lead that comes up for sale by owner, for rent, Zillow, Facebook, Craigslist, that they get contacted by you. Distress list too. Every new tax delinquent or pre-foreclosure or probate that pops up this week, hopefully should get a call from you and a text from you. Same thing if you're doing the non-distress list, same thing, right? Like you can have uh features like saved in here where you're actually saving the list where they can alert you, right? So here, deal alert, right? So I can go here every time there's a deal matching these search features that I selected, I'm gonna get an email with the deals, right? And you can do the same thing in PropWire where I can save my search, notify me by email, by phone when new leads come up. Email, I put my phone in here, I save it. So these search features that I selected, every time I want an email with new leads, I save it and I have it notify me, right? And then you can also do that with Zillow. I think you have to create an account though. You can also do that with Zillow as far as like save the search right here and then email me daily for the new lead. So, of course I'm gonna save it. Maybe this is for rent. I want the for rent section in the zip code. I save that search and I want new leads daily, update. And every time a new lead comes up, guess what? I get an email. So guess what? You're never gonna run out of leads, right? You're never gonna run out of leads to call. So do the same thing for sale by owner. And I'm not sure you can do it in Facebook Marketplace, but Craigslist, I think you could do it as well. So here, Zillow, you can go to more. You can per owner posted the deal, and then if it leads in this area with the owner for sale by owner, it will save the search, and then every time a new for sale by owner pops up, I get an email, right? So that is pretty cool, right? So yeah, so every new lead, new lead in that area should get a call, text, email from you with an offer, right? With an offer on the property. And doing it this way, guys, you're never going to run out of leads to call. Okay, so this is our lead generation strategy. Um, and it's been working for a long time. We've been doing, I mean, like I said, we started with direct mail. That's all we had, and bandit signs. So that's all we used to be able to do. We get a list, we take the list, we mail the list like 5, 6, 7 times. We put bandit signs out, and that's all we had. That was our lead generation strategy. But now, you can do all this for free. We'd also, of course, call for sale by owner for rent, which was free. But now, I mean, you can just go to PropWire and use True People search to skip trace, and you can do it all for free without paying a ton of money, right? So that's a lead generation strategy. So if you guys have any questions, let me know on that. And doing it this way, again, you're never going to be stuck on not knowing what to do next. Okay, so anytime you're stuck, go back to this. All right. Did I go to the networking meetings this month? Right. All right. Did I contact everyone in my contacts list? Have I done that yet? All right, I gotta do that. Did I contact every for sale by owner, Zillow, Facebook, Craigslist, every for rent in my area, Zillow, Facebook, Craigslist? Did I contact all the distress lists, tax delinquent, probate, vacant houses, pre-foreclosures, right? Did I contact all of them, right? And I have a decision. Do I want to contact the non-distress list where I'll get a less response rate, or do I want to move on, right? Um, and you have to have a decision as well. Do I want to do it one by one, or do I want to pay for automation where I can and what's cool about XLeads, guys, is that eventually, like once you start, you're going to do one campaign at a time, but eventually, we'll contact 200 people a day for you. But eventually you can have like 10 campaigns going on at the same time where all the different campaigns are contacting like 200 new leads a day. So you can contact literally 1,000 or more leads per day, right? So you're never going to run out of leads doing that to call. So just Book of James, we're in chapter 3. So first and foremost, the most important thing for me is just sharing the gospel of Jesus Christ and that he is King and Lord. And after we come to him and know him and have a relationship with him, surrender our life to him, he wants us to they call it in the Bible, the word is sanctify. Sanctify means to know his word and be obedient to his word. Like, okay, I know his word. I know he wants me to do this, this, and this. And now I have to walk it out and do it, right? I can't just know it and not do it, right? So James 3, the book of James is one of the best books on just how to live out the Christian life, right? So James 3, look at the ships also. So in this verse, they're talking about the power of your tongue. So look at the ships also, that they are so large and driven by strong winds. They're guided by a very small rudder. And wherever the will of the pilot directs, so also the tongue is a small member. Yet it boasts of great things. How great a forest is set ablaze by such a small fire. The tongue is a fire, a world of unrighteousness, right? Like the tongue, like what we speak, what we say. I mean, what we say and speak can start world wars, right? What we say and speak can destroy people. Like if you say something to a young child at an age, they can destroy them for the rest of your life. And the opposite is true. Like what we say and speak could build people up. What we say and speak could be the hope and the future that that person was looking for. And so it's the power of the tongue is powerful. So I think you got to look at your words as like sowing the seeds, right? Like do I want to plant good seeds or bad seeds? Bad seeds is like, hey, if I say this, you're destroying that other person. And the opposite is true. If I say this, encouraging word, I'm building these people, I'm building that person up, right? Like we have to like me, like I have uh sometimes, when I'm in the middle of doing something very important, someone's bothering me, saying, do this, and sometimes I get mad, right? I get angry, and then there goes my tongue. I want to say something stupid, right? But God wants us to control our tongue. He wants us to and use it for good, use it for encouraging others, use it for I like to always have my mind on the fruit of the spirit, right? What am I about to speak? Is it love? Is it joy? Is it peace? Is it mercy? Is it gentle? Is it kind? Is it faithful? Is it under self-control, right? Like when we're under anger and we're responding emotionally, uh, we're not under self-control, right? Like we have our flesh that is controlling us, right? So look at the power of your tongue, in your business, your employees, you have employees or you have people that you work with. Make sure you're building them up all the time, right? Encouraging them, giving them hope, right? Like there's a lot of people that don't have hope, right? Like hope for the future, right? Like encourage, build up others, right? Serve, give, help, um, love others, right? So that's the way I always like to look at it, and we're all guilty of not being able to control our tongue and starting fires, right? Like um, like uh, this one buyer like yesterday was got me angry, and I called him back, and I kind of said some bad things, but we ended up, forgiving each other and trying to and working it out, right? So I mean, if you did say something bad or wrong, try to ask for forgiveness as quickly as possible, right? And once you realize like, oh man, that was not a fruit of the spirit, that was not love, that was not joy, that was not peaceful, that wasn't gentle, that wasn't kind, that wasn't faithful, that wasn't under self-control. Repent, yeah, repent and ask for forgiveness, ask for mercy, and try to correct it, right? And the beauty about this about these verses here is like you can control your tongue, right? Like you have the ability to do it. You just have to realize uh when your tongue is out of control, right? And when you're building up or tearing down, right? We're always using our tongue to build up or tear down others. So use your tongue for good, speak and about yourself too. Like speak to yourself. Like if you're always tearing yourself down, right? Like you have to start building yourself up, like, encourage yourself, right? That's why I love the word of God. When you read it, it's like, man, it builds you up so much. Like God's like, you chose me, God. You chose me to be your child before the foundation of the world, before the whole foundation of the world was created. You knew me, you knew my name, you knew who I was. Man, that those words build you up, right? Like read when you read the word and you actually realize that how much God loves you and how much he cares for you and how much he just wants you to know him and have a relationship with him and just realize that he wants he wants to know you, right? And well, he already knows you, but he wants you to know him, right? So read the Bible, read the word, and let it build you up, encourage you, and give you hope in the future, right? So if you guys need help, support, reach out. This is my number, my email, and use this training to get, this training here today. I mean, you guys should just be on the phones like crazy. Like just get on the phones, get on the text, get on the emails. You should be constantly emailing, calling, texting, just constantly every day, and download the apps. Like there's apps like you can get PropWire on your phone, X leads on your phone, and then while you're just like standing in line at the grocery store, or you're even on the toilet, doing, on in the bathroom, you're just on your phone, getting leads, texting them while you're on, just doing mundane tasks, right? Like you're at the grocery store, or you're somewhere you can look at your phone instead of scrolling on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and all that garbage. Um, use it while you're, texting sellers, calling sellers, right? So God bless. Hopefully, got a lot today. Again, sorry we didn't do it on we usually do these trainings Tuesdays at 12. We'll be back live next week, Tuesday at 12. But tomorrow, we just I have to pick up my parents, and I don't have time to do the training tomorrow. So God bless. We will see you guys next week. How do I end this? Stop share.